Right, Kelly? How you doing over there? How's it coming?
Yeah. So, Mike, little question there. I think you had a little bit of that fighting spirit because you're half Irish, half Italian. That's what I
Yes,
am.
indeed, indeed.
It's two major personalities, right? That give you that fighting spirit.
Yeah, yeah, I'm very stubborn.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Italians are too. I'm Calabrese, so
Yeah,
Exactly.
very stubborn.
Exactly. Well, hey, are you guys ready to see how we're going to do the pizza? Okay.
yes, I still have this picture here of this
All right.
pizza sitting here that I can't wait to see.
So what I have is 6 little dough balls that I made earlier today so that they could rise. And I'm going to take one of them, and I've got a bunch of flour on my counter. So I use 00 flour, which is ground really fine. So it's similar to an all-purpose flour, but you're able to roll the dough much thinner with this 00 flour. So it's not a gluten-free flour. It's just really fine, and so it's
Mhm.
really nice to
It
make.
gets thin. It thins out.
Yeah, it's really nice to make pasta and especially pizza with, um, so that you can have that thin crust or the thin pasta. So I'm just going to roll this out, and I've got flour on my
Yeah,
rolling.
your table is so clean. I'm like, how do you keep it so nice? When I bake, forget it. When I cook, everything's a mess.
Oh, I make a mess. I for sure make a mess, but
Well,
it's,
that's the little thing that the pizzeria guy does, right? When he flings it in the
you know
air.
what, I would embarrass myself because I'm not really sure I can do that. I'm gonna pass on that part.
Okay.
But this is what I love to do. I love to do the cooking instructions. So I'm like showing you guys
How to
how
do it.
how to do the pizza or the pesto, and that's really what Gia's Italian Kitchen is all about, is the cooking instructions. So I don't cater food. I love doing the cooking classes where I do private dinner parties, or I do employer team building events.
Yeah,
Um,
which is great for the corporate world because I
yeah,
used to do that
exactly.
when I
So
was
that
in corporate.
people can enjoy some time outside of work, or enjoy time with people that they don't get to see very often. We don't have family dinners like we used to, right?
No, the kids are not always around. And when I was young, about you, when grandma and grandpa were around, we all ate together on Sunday and there were no cell phones.
Right.
How about you?
On occasion.
Yeah,
Oh, my grandparents were in Brooklyn.
yeah. But
Okay.
it's not the same now. It's hard to get the family all together in one spot.
Right, and that's the beauty. And this is even though I'm virtual, this is really a great example of what my classes are, because a lot of people do these virtually when they can't get to Long Island, and they've got family in California and Chicago and Long Island. We do these virtual experiences, so that you can have a dinner party with your family and
Right.
not have to travel. So
And you do it at the library, right? With the community.
that's true. Yeah. So monthly, yeah, I do classes at the Marion Library here in town, and that is my community give back. Yeah. So I do that, and there's about 40 people that come every month. So those are really fun, to show them different techniques or dishes that they have not tried before. So
And
um,
then I see that you work with the helping the Feed Iowa First and Feeding America.
yes, so Feeding America, we donate a portion of our profits each month, as well as Feed Iowa First. Feed Iowa First is actually here in town, and they have crops and farm shares all over the place that they actually grow crops and donate the crops. So we can go and help them financially, but we can go and actually help them, plant the crops and do all those things, um, as a um, as a community effort. So those, that's fun because you're helping the people in your local community. So
Right.
yeah,
So is this ready for the oven now?
almost. So I'm gonna put these dollops of goat cheese on
Oh, the
there.
goat cheese is next, right? Mhm.
So what I did with the goat cheese, I put it in the freezer for about an hour, because goat cheese is really
It's
soft,
gooey. Yeah, right. Yeah.
so it makes
Soft.
it easier to cut. So I just made a few little squares here. And
That's
then
not a trick. I never thought of putting it in the freezer.
it helps. It just makes it so much easier to cut because it's such a, I love it, but it's, you know, it's like gooey.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so got that on there. Let me just wipe my hand off. So I have a pizza stone in my oven, and you know, I would love for my husband to build me one of those big brick ovens in the backyard, but he's not going to do that. So,
Yeah, well, then you'd have to go outside and bring it in.
but a lot of people have those gas or pellet
Yes.
pizza ovens outside that, like, you know, hooks to your grill or is a standalone. Or I'm just using my oven in my kitchen, but I have the pizza stone in there, and
So
it's
it works like an oven, right?
right. It heats. It's been heating up with the oven, and it really, really does get pretty darn close to as if I was in the backyard with a big pizza thing. So,
All right. So I heard a rumor that there's something in the wind. There's something about a ravioli. I don't know what it is.
oh, Mike, have you ever had a ravioli?
I love ravioli.
I love ravioli.
Okay, so that's funny. So I am writing a cookbook. It's a cookbook memoir, Valentina. I don't know if I told you it was a cookbook memoir.
No.
So my story, yeah. So the title is The Story of a Ravioli. I started as a forker.
A porker?
Where's a fork?
You mean like a pork chop?
No, a forker.
Oh, a forker.
A forker. So in our family, we have the raviolis every year for Christmas, for holidays, you know, for lots of different dinners. But there's 6 stations that my grandma made for making her version of the ravioli. So we would use the food processor or by hand, make the dough, and the forker is the last of the 6 stations. And when you're growing up, you can't be in the assembly line anywhere until you're maybe 12, 13 years old.
Right.
The only thing you can do when you get to be about 13 years old is fork the ravioli. So you fork them, and then you fork them closed.
Oh, how cute is that?
Yeah, so that's the,
so the book is coming along.
It is. I have, I have like 150 pages written.
Well, we're looking forward to getting it. You call us when you're ready and see what we can do to help you. We work with a publishing company, so if you need us, you let us know.
Oh, that would be great.
Yeah.
That would be great. You know, I don't know if it's going to be classified as a cookbook or as a memoir, or if a cookbook memoir is a category. I think it's a category now these days.
Yeah, I know there's so many different rules now.
Yeah. So
different. It's very different. And then you could apply for awards and things like that.
Yeah. So the memoir part of it is when I was 6 years old, I had a very, very rare form of cancer, and had 2 years of chemo, and just, you know, a horrible journey like anyone that's going through cancer. And I got really close with my grandmother. So, and then as I grew up, you know, her and I just developed a beautiful relationship, and it revolved around the kitchen.
Right.
Just like the rest of the family did, but I was really close to her. And so this story is my journey.
It's your heart and soul. Yep.
Yeah, my journey with my grandmother. And then there's recipes all over weaved in the story.
That's wonderful. Well, that's great. What do you think of all this, Mike?
Yeah,
The sort of
good.
kind of you can relate.
It sounds very similar to what I did as